Okay, good morning, everyone. Anita here with All in Alignment with Anita and Cheryl. However, today it's just Anita. And I just want to say good morning to everyone. Let's see who's here. Let's see. Okay, one moment. I'm having to do everything myself this morning, so hence why I'm just looking a little weird here. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, so come on in, everybody. I may not be able to give you a comment because I'm doing this at the same time. I'm doing it all because my partner is in Mexico. Good for her. She created a vision board last year in our Vision Quest workshop. And on that vision board, she put that she wanted to go to this beautiful place south of Mexico City called El Santuario. And guess what? It manifested, and that's where she's at. So, how cool is that? Good morning, Gloria. Good morning, Michelle. Look at that. I can see a few people, and I might be able to comment here. Yeah, so today is the first Friday of the month, and that's when we always do a oracle card reading. And our topic of the day always comes from the Personal Paradise card deck from Tara Catherine Collins. Yay. And so not knowing how this was going to go all by myself here today, I already, drew a few cards. So I'm just going to talk about what some of those are. And if anyone wants a card, one card, I'm going to say for yourself, I might be able to manage that. Good morning, Robin. Nice to have you here. Okay. Yes. So let's see. I pulled out 4 cards this morning, and they always tie in exactly the way they're supposed to. Card number 13 is affirmational belongings, and card number 2 is art, which those two go hand in hand. And good morning, Bonnie. Okay, Robin wants a card. I can maybe manage that. And then we have guest room and plants. And so, these actually could all tie together because in your guest room, whatever that looks like for you, make it a beautiful, inviting space. Think about how you feel when you go to a hotel, let's say, or you go to somebody else's home. How does that elevate your energy when you are greeted to this beautiful guest room that's been lovingly prepared with, maybe some plants, right? Maybe fresh plants, artificial plants, beautiful artwork on the wall. So think about how you want to be treated as a guest in someone else's space and how you might want to treat your guests the same way. And really, I forgot to put on my feng shui eyes. When you look through your feng shui eyes, then you can say, okay, how is this space going to reflect when I'm bringing a guest in? And I'm just getting a message too that we are getting ready to welcome in the new year, and that's a guest, right? Let's think about the new year as a guest. How are we going to welcome that new energy into our home? And it might be that you have to look at your own bedroom and treat yourself as a guest in that space. And affirmational belongings. This is a good one. Good morning, Karen. Because you know what? We all have these things in our home. We all have these things in our home. And whether you realize it or not, they are impressing an idea, a thought upon your subconscious mind. And we know that the subconscious mind is the one that's in control. And how you're showing up in the world as a result of maybe some of those cues, some of that energetic information that you're receiving and then putting out there. So let's have a look at affirmational belonging. So behind me, I have this beautiful artwork, right? So again, there's some artwork. We all have those kind of things in our home. And this particular piece has deep meaning for me. It's actually a Chinese coin that's framed. It's a large Chinese coin. And it was a special gift that was brought back from New York City for me when there was a trip I was supposed to go on and I wasn't able to. So it affirms, that connection to New York City. It affirms the connection I have to the people that brought it back for me, that deep-seated love, appreciation, gratitude, all of those kind of things. So think about, what do you have in your home that is affirming, right? A particular feeling, emotion, belief. And again, look through the eyes. Is it a positive one? Is it something that you want to keep, right? Because ultimately, we want to surround ourselves energetically in our home with beautiful things that affirm those blessings, that gratitude, that joy, appreciation, all of those wonderful things. Okay, so as you can see, I'm being Cheryl and Anita this morning. So good morning, Sharon. Good morning, Arlena, Karen, yay. Okay, so Bonnie wants a card, and so does a Robin. So let's see what Bonnie needs to know today. I'm just going to pull out another card and see what happens. And while I'm shuffling and getting a card for Bonnie, I just want to let you all know that next Friday, February the 9th, we are shaking it up a little bit. We are going to be going live at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And we will probably, most likely, be hanging out for at least an hour. Yay, I'm so excited because we have a couple, not one, but two special guests next Friday. And we are going to talk all about what the wood dragon energy looks like. And particularly, so you might want to do some of your own research between now and then. How is that going to influence your Chinese astrological sign? So if you were born in the year of the rat, or if you were born in the year of the horse or monkey or pig or something like that. So if you don't know what your astrological sign is, find out between now and next Friday. Okay. So Bonnie, 2 cards popped out for you this morning, and they are helpful people and travel and children and creativity. This is really interesting because you know what? The children and creativity card is all about joy and living in the moment and just tapping into that inner child creativity energy. So this card is inviting you to do that today. And you may also connect to the divine source, whatever that is for you, because the helpful people and travel card is all about that unseen energy and connecting to a higher power, a higher source. And the higher power sometimes is just ourselves. And it may be that inner child. So these cards are inviting you to come out and play. Come out and play. And if you are thinking about going on a trip or doing something, this is the confirmation that the right people are going to show up at the right time to help you get there. Okay, so I don't know if that resonates for you, Bonnie, but that's what I got this morning. Okay, let's see what else we can do. One for Robin. What does Robin need to know today? So type in the chat if you know what Chinese astrological sign you are already. That'd be kind of fun to know. While I'm getting a card for Robin. And for some of you that popped in a little bit later, just so you know, my fun Shui partner is away in Mexico having fun. She's having fun. I think they were going on a tour this morning to some kind of ruins or something. Anyways, she is in Mexico City. Okay, Gloria's a rat, a dog. Okay. And you know, you might also want to find out what element. Yeah. Because those 5 elements attach themselves to the animal each year. And then the element comes in either as yin or yang. And so there is that repeating pattern. Ooh, another dragon. Love it. Good morning, Monique. Okay, so Robin, the card that jumped out for you this morning is fireplaces, right? And so this is a card, a fireplace is all about, that just think about sitting by a fireplace and how you feel that warmth and comfort. And you might want to snuggle up with a good book and get a warm, cozy blanket and, just kind of look into the flames of the fire and just feel, oh, isn't that kind of mesmerizing? And it kind of takes you off into a different place. So the fireplace card for you today, Robin, is about cozying up, I think. It's about just really feeling that comfort that is surrounding you. And and just really, I think it's also tying into your heart energy there somewhere. Just give yourself some of that self-love, cozy up to a fireplace. And it may not be that you have a physical fireplace in your home, but how can you recreate that feeling? Maybe it's just a little area in your guest room or something where you feel like, this is a safe, comfortable place that I can cozy up and just kind of daydream and think about how it would feel sitting by that warmth of the fire. Yeah, okay. How does that sit for you, Robin? Oh, there. Yeah, she just got back from Mexico and she's cozied up with a coffee by the fireplace today. Whoa, look at that. You can't make this stuff up. I don't know, right? So good. And just do that. Don't be in a rush to get, all like unpacked and do all that stuff. Just relax. Give yourself some time today and just stay cozied up, right? Okay, awesome. Okay, let's see. What does Arlana need to know today? Let's see what a card pulls up for Arlana. Yeah. And I was thinking last night and this morning, and I'm probably going to send out an email here over the weekend because we do have our Creating Sacred Spaces 21-day decluttering program starting live next Thursday. And as I was, planning and, because every time we do that program, we actually, infuse it with new information, and it's always kind of tailored to the people that show up, right? And so anyways, I was thinking about last night and this morning about some of the limiting beliefs, right? Some of the limiting beliefs that we actually help um, our participants uncover. And where do those limiting beliefs come from? One of them being, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Did you ever hear that when you were a child? Or how about what what are other people going to think? What are other people going to think? So, if you have an idea of a limiting belief that you might have picked up as a child, pop it in the chat. Well, I talk about good morning, Claire. And let's see. Okay, well, you know what? There were a whole bunch of cards that popped out for our Lana. Single man's bedroom and sanctuary. Well, we know that Arlana is not a single man. However, if you have a partner in your life, I think you do. I'm not sure. And you obviously are sharing space with that person in that intimate place called the bedroom. Is it reflecting the energy of the man, even around the other spaces of your home? Is there more of that male energy? Does he have more of his possessions kind of, in the space? Because again, when we're in a partnership, a relationship, we want to have that equality in that space, in the intimate space. So what does that mean for you, Arlana, when that card comes up? And it may be also a cue that you need to bring in some of that feminine energy. Again, this morning when I got dressed, I first reached in my closet for something that was colorful and whatever. And then I went, no, I'm not feeling that today. And I put on this black and white, and I was thinking about the yin yang symbol, right? That universal symbol that we all know. And it really invites us to have that balance between the feminine and the masculine energy. And so maybe in your, oh, yeah, okay, so you're single, but you need to allow for that energy to come in, right? And so then, there is maybe a single man out there waiting to come in. And how do you bring that energy into your space? Well, again, in that intimate space of the bedroom, you want to make sure you want to make room for a partner. So do you have a whole bunch of pillows on one side of the bed that's kind of already telling the universe, oh, sorry, that spot's already taken? Is the closet so full of items that it's also sending a message that, whoops, sorry, no room for somebody else to bring their things in? Look in the drawers, in the vanity. Is there space? Is there space for, I don't know, a single guy to come over and have a sleepover and leave his toothbrush and, a shaving cream or something? I don't know. Something for you to think about. And then the other card that came out for you, Arlana, was sanctuary, right? So sanctuary is a place where we dedicate to exploring your passions. And I know you have many, and you're working with animals, and I mean, you're just very gifted and talented. So, but is there that place, that sanctuary where you can be like Robin, maybe curling up with a blanket and a coffee by the fireplace, just to kind of let your mind go, and do something? What else is this one saying? Yeah. And, inviting that male energy into your home, again, maybe looking through your feng shui eyes. Maybe your home is your sanctuary. Maybe you have built such a wall around that you don't want to let anybody into that private personal space. Okay, think about that. Oh, look at that. I still have time. Woohoo. Okay, Karen, let's see what card we need to pull for Karen today. Okay. So anybody want to pop in any of those limiting beliefs that maybe you were taught as a child? Did you ever hear that saying, who do you think you are? Did you ever hear that? You know what? That'll be fine. Just make do with that. Just make do with that. Just make do with that. Another one I heard as a child. Well, I think maybe a lot of us heard this, children are to be seen and not heard, right? Don't play so loud. Get outside. You're full of, all that energy. Get outside and play. Get out of the house. Quiet down. Be quiet. Did you ever hear any of those things? Yeah. Okay, let's see what kind of card we need for Karen today. Nice to have you in here, by the way, Karen. Karen and I grew up together way back in the day in the Rocky Mountain house. She lives out there on the West Coast, I believe. And yeah, nice to have some of those family connections. We were almost family, I think. Her brother dated my sister for a while. I think they were in love. Anyways, okay. Oh, almost a card for Karen. Oh, and Karen is a rabbit. So we're just finishing up the energy of the rabbit, but not to worry. Rabbits and dragons get along perfectly. So it's still going to be a great year for you. Okay, so the card that just flew out for you, Karen, was a nature objects, right? And so that just reminds you of those outdoor spaces. And I mean, you live on the West Coast, there's so many beautiful nature objects around. And again, this might be just that reminder that you've been, you know what, you've been working really hard lately. And this is a reminder that you need to go for a hike. You need to go enjoy some of that beautiful scenery that's all around you. And have that deep appreciation for where you are, because it's you know it's such a beautiful thing. And we all become complacent in our own homes, in our own environment. We start to take things for granted, and so don't take those nature, that natural scenery, for granted. Go outside, put your feet on the ground, because you can do that where you are this time of year. Hug a tree. There's great scientific evidence that's starting to come to light about the energy that we can exchange with the tree. Imagine that. And then when you're on your walk, give that appreciation and that gratitude for all of those beautiful things that are around. And you might want to, pick up a rock and put it in your pocket, and, just even talk to it. Everything is energy. And there's energy in all of those seemingly inanimate objects, nature objects. Okay, well, that was fun. Look at that. Look at me go all by myself. And again, hey, Sandra from Mexico. Just Claire's here as well. So yeah, what did Claire have to say? I was always told going after my dreams goes after away having kids. Okay, so yeah, that's a good one, because when you talk about kids, one of a belief that I picked up from my mother, that I really have to still catch myself with today, because there's a lot of those limiting beliefs that come up. And one of them that my mother gave all of us girls, my 4 sisters and I, was that once you have children, your life no longer belongs to you. That was a big one. And that shows up. All of these limiting beliefs, they show up in our environment. They show up in the way that we surround ourselves with possessions, the things that we allow to be brought into our home. And another thing that I was thinking about, like I said, last night and this morning, in regards to our 21-day program that's coming up, is that for the most part, all of these limiting beliefs that we picked up as children, they're not ours. And they came from our parents who grew up in the dirty 30s. They grew up in a time when they had to be cautious, right? I might need that someday. So they had to save that. And they also grew up in a time where, spirituality wasn't prevalent. Now we have this beautiful, in the last, I'm going to say 10 to 15 years, we have science validating spirituality, confirming that everything is energy and that we're all connected to this energy and all of those things. Our parents didn't have those beliefs or thoughts. So they only passed down to us what they knew to be true for them at the time. And as children, and young adults, we absorbed their beliefs and we, put them in our backpack and we took them along with us into our journey. And now we're at a stage in our life where we go, where did all this stuff come from? Right. And Cheryl and I really take great pride in our 21-day program. And we really do help our students, our participants, to uncover what some of those limiting beliefs that they're holding on to that aren't even theirs in the first place. And it's really profound work that we do. So if you haven't signed up yet, I would invite you to do that. I'm going to put the links back in there. And also, if you are in Claire, I know you are in my area, and maybe some of you that'll be listening to the replay are as well. So if you are in Red Deer, Sylvan Lake, Rocky Mountain House, Rimbey, just within a 30-mile, 40-mile radius, Cheryl and I would invite you to come to Sylvan Lake next Saturday on the Chinese New Year. Woo-hoo-hoo. We are facilitating an in-person, we're doing our in-person Vision Quest workshop. It's 4 hours, jam-packed full. We have a proprietary workbook that is valued at like $25 just for the workbook alone. And it's actually, we shouldn't even call it a workbook. It's more of a manifestation journal. It's a beautiful piece of work. And we would invite you to come in person. And I'm going to pop the link in here as well, because you actually register for that one with Essence Studios in Sylvan Lake. Okay. So I think that's going to be it for me today, because my voice, I've got a bit of a cold that I'm getting rid of. Anybody else have any other comments, anything else? And again, reminder, next Friday, February 9th, we are shaking it up. We are welcoming in the Chinese New Year with 2 dragons. Actually, there's going to be 3 dragons, because I'm also a dragon. 3 dragons and a rabbit. We're going to be going live at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. We're going to be here for probably an hour. We're going to have lots of fun, lots of great information. So tell your friends, bring them along and let's have some fun and welcome in the Chinese New Year next Friday. Okay, I think that is going to be it for me. Let's see now, because I have to do all of this stuff by myself. I have to do a bunch of stuff.